Imagine saving up for months, applying for a visa to travel to Europe or the UK for work, education, or even a vacation, only to be rejected. And you don't even get your money back. In 2024 alone, African nations lost over 70 million due to rejected visa applications. Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema is now calling this practice exploitative and demanding refunds from the EU. But is this a realistic solution? Or should African leaders focus on something bigger? Let's break this all down. Stick around and let me know what you think in the comment section. The name has always been R6 and this is Richmond's Media. If today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this video, don't forget to leave whatever you think in the comment section, and you can also turn the notification bell so that whenever we release, you'll be one of the first person to see it. Now let's dive into what Zambia's president is saying. According to 2024 reports, over $59 million were used to apply for European visa, UK visa. But in the end, all these $59 million that we are talking about got rejected. Listen, it's about time that African countries, you have to unite. It's about time you have to develop your own country, so even the people in the country will not even wish or will to travel outside the country. If you're not going to do this, then they will always be rejected and they will take the money. So on 23rd of May 2025, Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema made headlines when he called out the European Union and the United Kingdom for what he labeled as exploitative visa application system. According to his statement, African countries collectively lost over $70 million in 2024 due to rejected visa application to Europe, plus another £44 million, that is about $59 million, to the UK. Now the statement here is African country collectively, which means all over Africa. This number of people applied for EU visa application, and out of that, almost £44 million were coming to the UK. Now they have seen that, oh, UK is a greener pasture, so let me go there. Let me become a carer, let me become a plumber, let me become an electrician, so that I can get something to feed and take care of my family. Now think about it. If Zambia or if Africa, if they were united and they have developed their own countries, do you think they will even wish to travel outside Europe, outside Africa? The weather is nice, the food is good, organic food. The land, like you don't pay house bills, even the house rent that you'll be paying compared to UK, even if you're living in a one flat, is like £1,000. But Africa is not gonna cost you like that. So who else will leave Africa and come to Europe if the country is developed, if the continent, African continent, is developed? But if we are not going to pay attention to this, there's nothing we can do about this. Yes, the visa application is there, you apply. There are rules that if you apply and you are not successful, you are not going to get your money back. So in this case, you know it, you saw it, you read the terms and conditions, and you still applied. So this is not where we have to blame the European countries or the UK. We don't have to blame the United Kingdom. The terms and conditions were like, if you don't read carefully and if you don't supply collective or authentic evidence and your application got rejected, you are not going to get a refund. You saw it and you applied, which means you knew that it can go A or it can go B, it can go south or it can go north. So this is not where we have to blame the European countries and the United Kingdom. We have to blame our own leaders so that they will start put things in place so that Africa will be great. God damn it. These fees are often non-refunded, even when applications are rejected, leaving many African travelers out of pocket. Hichilema argues that visa fees should only be charged for successful application, saying the current system unfairly burdens applicants who are denied entry, often without a clear reason. Now, I agree, but if you submit your visa application, let's be realistic here. Someone has to sit down and go through all this application and see if you meet the requirement. So the person that went through all this application at the end of the day has to be paid. And if your application is going to be successful, it's the same process. So whether you are successful or not, they still went through this process. I know that it is sad, but this is where we have to think about the people, checking the visa application and all that. And also, it says that all visa fees are not refunded, which means it is part of their package. It is included in the policy, in the terms and condition. You saw it and you still applied. Unless Africans, we know we don't like reading. Most of us, we don't like reading. We don't even read manual. We don't read terms and conditions. Sometimes when you are downloading an application, and then because you know that if you don't accept the terms and conditions, they are not going to allow you to use the app, you even forget to read it. Be like, whether I read it or not, I still have to download the app and use it. So you just subscribe. You don't maybe you are not even gonna get a refund, or you can't even opt out when you subscribe, but you don't read the terms and conditions. So this is not where we have to draw the line and drag EU and UK. We have to build the country. Africa should unite. A visa fees can be steep. We understand, sometimes costing hundreds of dollars per application. For many Africans applying for tourism, business or education opportunities, this is a huge financial risk. And the rejection rates, ladies and gentlemen, it is sad, but they are staggering, bro. It's staggering. The number of applications that will get rejected, bro, like, you'll be surprised. Sometimes you might think, oh, as soon as they see the application, they just chunk into the bin. Boom. Farmer, he cannot do anything to help the United Kingdom. Boom. Oh, this, you don't even do, you are not doing any skillful work. If you go to the United Kingdom, you're not going to, do anything to help develop our country. You're going to be a burden. Into the bin. Oh, you are coming to EU. Oh, you are coming to Europe. Oh, you don't even understand Italian language. How do you want to come to Italy? Boom. You don't understand Dutch. Oh, boom. So you see, if you don't have any business, if they don't see anything value in you, sometimes they reject the visa applications. Recently, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom came out to say that if you can't speak the English language, there's no point you coming here. So if you are going to do the application and you know that English is one of the fundamental requirements, and you don't get your English certificate, or you don't have any qualified certificate for your application to be successful, don't venture. Now they are saying that they are only asking for people with a degree. If you don't have a degree, they're not going to accept you. You have to be skillful so that you can help develop their country. That is what they are all doing. So if you don't have these skills, in quotes, you might not be qualified. So sometimes you cannot blame them. It's their country that you want to travel to, so they can do whatever they want to do to you. I'm sorry, but this is the time that we have to, pay attention to this. Let's look at the numbers. According to a report by Henley Grober, in 2022, Africa had the highest visa rejection rate globally, 30%, or 1 in 3 applications were turned down. 1 in 3 applications were turned down. So almost over 30% applications were turned down. The Lago Collective found that countries like Nigeria face rejection rates as high as 40 to 50% for Schengen visas, costing Africans applications $67.5 million in 2024 alone. But why are these rates so high? Experts point to systematic biases, low GPD per capita, weak passport power, and discriminatory policies often play a role. Many African applicants are asked to prove their intention to return home, but economic factors make this harder to demonstrate, leading to more rejections. You have applied for the application. They are asking you. You said you are going for tourism and attraction. You said you are going to visit a family. Prove to them that you are coming back, and you cannot prove it. Your application is going to be rejected, because we know that Africa is striving. The economy is bad, so they know that if you get any opportunity and you enter into Europe, you're not coming back. So they have to make sure that you have a business going on. They have to make sure that you are okay in your own country, so they will know that yes, you are just going and you are coming back. If you are not able to prove this, your application is going to be rejected. And sometimes it's sad to say that it is not their fault. They are following protocols. So if in that case, then the poorer the country, the higher rate the rejection, or the higher the rejection rate. Yeah, the poorer the country, the higher rate the rejection. So, Africa, we have to grow so that this higher rate of rejection will come down. The poorer the country, the higher the rejection rate. This creates a vicious cycle. Limited economic mobility leads to more rejections, which in turn restricts opportunity for growth. It's no wonder this issue has sparked outrage across continents. The conversation exploded on X after user Ceciled84 shared Hikile's man's statement. They argued that instead of chasing refunds, African leaders should focus on building a self-sufficient Africa where citizens doesn't feel the need to travel to these countries in the first place. This is what I was talking about. Before we can, put this aside or forget about this, we have to build our African continent. We have to build it and make it interesting. So what is the solution? This is a question for me and you. Leave whatever you think in the comment section. What is the solution to this? One on hand, Hichileman's demand for refund could spark a much needed debate about fairness in global travel system. The EU stance on visa fee refund is unclear, and the UK doesn't typically refund rejected applications, but this could change with enough pressure. On the other hand, maybe the focus should be on creating opportunities at home. Imagine an Africa where countries like Zambia are so prosperous that the EU and the UK are begging us to visit. Some leaders are already working towards this, investing in education, infrastructure, and technology to reduce the need for citizens to seek opportunities abroad. But until that vision becomes reality, the visa system remains a major hurdle. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like I've always been saying, Africa has to unite. Africa has to develop their own country. Africa should stop focusing on other European countries, America and all that. Sit down and think and put some action plans so that we can develop the country. If not, complaining and blaming it on other countries is not going to make any difference. It's not going to help. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The name has always been R6, and it was a pleasure having you on my channel today. Peace. I'm signing out.